You can bet in a heartbeat that I make quality videos.
Describing Terry Pratchett's books is difficult. Someone asked me what the book I was reading was about, and I had to tell them that it was about banking and the gold standard, but like in a cool way with golems and action. I don't think they believed me. Welcome to the club! It is so difficult to explain to people that your favorite book is about transgender feminist dwarves, Nazi werewolves, and the mystery of a missing piece of really old ritual bread, and opera saves the day. Yes, give us those sweet, terrible descriptions. A tortoise who's really a god finds an allegory for Jesus, and they go on adventures in an ancient Greece-like place, and then a desert. The chief of police averts a rerun of an ancient war, partially despite and partially because of being possessed by a dying dwarf's graffiti. It's like Les Miserables, but Javert is the good guy, and also there's time travel. Macbeth, but it's about the witches. Chapter 1, the protagonist is hanged. Then he's put in charge of the post office. Yes, in that order. It's like Mulan, if there were way more Mulans in Mulan, and also Pratchett is extra irritated that too many people miss the point of Jingo. The bureaucrats of the universe get annoyed at the paperwork humanity causes, so they decide to steal Christmas. Replacement Christmas is done by Death, and Replacement Death is done by Goth Mary Poppins, who is also in charge of the investigation. These are all nice and accurate reasons to read Discworld if you haven't yet. Romeo and Juliet Football AU, but the other team is Wizards. Hollywood? An entire clan of tattooed, hairy, kleptomaniac, alcoholic Scotsmen decide a little girl is their new best friend, whether she wants to be or not, and she rescues her absolutely worthless brother by discovering the power of selfishness. Someone is dying, journalism is being invented, and part of Pulp Fiction is going on in the background. The universe's bureaucrats want to measure everything, so they pay a man to imprison time so everything will stop and they can measure things in peace. Goth Mary Poppins saves the day. The fifth horseman of the apocalypse is the best milkman in the world, and chocolate saves the day. Also, someone was born twice. Classic dynastic machinations are happening in fantasy China to be completely overturned by a gang of elderly barbarian heroes and the world's worst wizard and best sprinter. Death incarnate battles a shopping cart for the fate of the world. Phantom of the Opera AU, except there's witches, a cookbook that is thinly veiled pornography, and Christine is played by a fledgling witch with multiple personalities who can't stop being sensible long enough to enjoy herself. Hidden heir to the throne decides a cynical, alcoholic cop is the best role model in the world. Atlantis provides an excuse for a xenophobia-inspired war between Britain and the Middle East, but it's fine because the armies are arrested for conspiracy to cause public nuisance. The JFK assassination is parodied in the above. Rain is brought to Australia by a lousy wizard who runs from drop bears, steals a sheep, and invents Vegemite. Sigh, smile, all of the above. A wizard goes to Australia and is hunted down by a bunch of other wizards trying to cure an ape of the flu. What if a fantasy story took itself seriously and asked follow-up questions? Man goes on holiday and incidentally ends slavery with the power of opera. The rats are unionized and they run a scam with a cat and a little boy. Oh, I actually saw this last one in the theater. It was The Amazing Maurice, and it was so whimsical and entertaining. I highly recommend it.